it's hell getting to heaven.
Remember that hint that I gave you guys on Twitter? If you guys guessed WrestleMania 25 for this Throwback Thursday pay-per-view review, you're correct. Now, this wasn't normally my idea to review WrestleMania 25. Yes, given granted, we're in the midst of WrestleMania season. Actually, as a matter of fact, we're in WrestleMania season, going to WrestleMania 35. I was going to give you guys an Attitude Era pay-per-view that I will not mention. I'm going to give you guys that video next week. This idea was given to me by the people in my group chat, Matt, Bobby, and Soda Pop. I'm going to give you guys credit for this video, for this idea. Next week, I'm going to give you guys a certain Attitude Era Throwback pay-per-view review. That's all I'm saying. But I just finished watching WrestleMania 25 on the network. This WrestleMania show was one hell of a show. Had the Money in the Bank ladder match to kick off WrestleMania. Fantastic. Ladder match was just fantastic. Loved it. At the time, the right guy won. At the time. But, like I said before, remember what I said at the Royal Rumble? Back at the Royal Rumble preview and predictions video last weekend? I said match card, match order, when it comes to a great pay-per-view, is going to be crucial. It will forever be crucial when it comes to a big event like the Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, Money in the Bank, SummerSlam, Survivor Series. This specific WrestleMania, match card was perfect top to at least the last 3 matches. That's the only negative I am saying about this night. Yeah, you had the Money in the Bank ladder match. You had the Miss WrestleMania Battle Royal. You had the Handicap Elimination match. You had the Extreme Rules match between Matt and Jeff Hardy. You had the Intercontinental Championship match between Rey Mysterio and JBL. Match card was good from that point. But until you get to the last 3 matches. Now, the last 3 matches, this card had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 matches on the card. 8 matches. 8 matches. You had Undertaker versus Shawn, John Cena versus Big Show and Edge for the World Heavyweight Championship in a triple threat. Then you had Orton versus Triple H for the WWE title. This could have been the WrestleMania that I would have said that the winner of the Royal Rumble on this certain WrestleMania did not have to main event WrestleMania. I'm going to tell you why. Like I said, the Money in the Bank ladder match was a perfect kickoff to start the show. Then you had the Miss WrestleMania Battle Royal, which I don't know why it was even in it, to be honest. You had a man win a women's Battle Royal. That in itself was cringe. Then you had Jericho compete against Jimmy Superfly Snuka, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, and Roddy Piper in a 3-on-1 handicap elimination match. Then you had Matt Hardy against Jeff Hardy in an Extreme Rules match. That match is very physical. Love that match. Then you had Rey versus JBL for the Intercontinental Championship. That match only lasted 21 seconds. Alright. Then you had Undertaker versus Shawn, a match that lasted over a half hour. 30 minutes and 44 seconds. The match of the night. Then you had John Cena versus Big Show and Edge for the World Heavyweight Championship in a triple threat match. Then you had Orton versus Triple H for the WWE Championship to main event WrestleMania. In a match where if Triple H had been counted out or disqualified, he would have lost the title to Randy Orton. Match card was crucial. I'm going to say it again. The match card, the match order was crucial. You had Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels match. That matchup not only lasted a half hour, but you had the crowd just wiped out on the last two matches. Probably the last two matches that nobody even cared about. Why? Because of the match that Taker and Shawn had was so fucking phenomenal. If I had to change one thing about this card, I wouldn't put Triple H and Randy Orton last for the title. I would not have done that. Yeah, sure, given the winner of the Royal Rumble would main event WrestleMania, yeah, I'm okay with that rule. Not on this night. Not on this night. I would have put, after Rey Mysterio versus JBL, I would have put the World Heavyweight Championship match after the IC title match. Then you put Triple H versus Randy Orton. Then you put Undertaker and Shawn Michaels. This is a known fact. You look at that build between the Undertaker and Shawn Michaels. You compare that build to the World Heavyweight Championship triple threat match and Triple H versus Orton build for the WWE Championship. You compare those three builds going into WrestleMania. Undertaker and Shawn Michaels had the best build overall. Yeah, sure. Triple H and Randy Orton, their feud was crazy. The build to that match was just personal and crazy. Yeah, I'm going to give you a double thumbs up for that, for the feud. The matchup wasn't that great. Cena versus Big Show and Edge. Yeah, sure it's for the World Heavyweight Championship, but it was a love triangle between the Big Show, Edge, and Vicky Guerrero. And then you had John Cena come in and win the World Heavyweight Championship. Meanwhile, Big Show and Edge are still fighting for Vicky Guerrero's love and attention. So Vicky Guerrero's love and attention is more important than the World Heavyweight Championship. I didn't care about John Cena versus Big Show versus Edge. I didn't care about that match. Didn't care. Even though Cena had an iconic entrance, which I loved. I loved Cena's entrance at that WrestleMania. Loved it. But like I said, if I had to change something on this card, on this specific night, I would have put Taker and Shawn in the main event of WrestleMania. After Rey and JBL for the IC title, I would have put the triple threat match for the World Heavyweight Championship. Then I would put Orton versus Triple H for the coveted WWE Championship, second to last. Then I would put Taker versus Shawn to end WrestleMania. That's what I would have done. But this pay-per-view was really good. It was good for what it was, but like I said, the match order threw me off. Why are you putting Taker and Shawn third to last? And then you give me the last two matches being for the World Heavyweight and WWE Championships. The crowd was wiped out from Taker and Shawn. Nobody cared about Cena winning the world title. Nobody cared about Triple H versus Randy Orton. Nobody cared. Everybody was wiped out from Undertaker versus Shawn at that night. And I honestly thought this match should have been the main event. The match was just too good. The match was so good, I had to replay it twice. I watched it the first time, rewind it just a little bit, then watch the matchup again to see if I missed anything out. Taker versus Shawn was a perfect match. Just perfect. And we'll go over that here on the WrestleMania 25 Throwback Thursday pay-per-view review. We're going to review WrestleMania 25, guys. I'm, of course, Chris. Thank you guys so much for tuning in back into the channel. If you guys are enjoying these Throwback Thursday pay-per-view reviews, smash that like button as hard as you possibly can. Comment down below what you guys thought of WrestleMania 25. Should have Undertaker and Shawn Michaels main event at WrestleMania? I say yes. But sound off in the comment section what you guys thought of WrestleMania 25. Also, hit that subscribe button down below. Turn that bell for all notifications. Thank you guys for the support over the last week. I've been giving you guys a ton of content, and I'm going to continue to give you guys content as long as I'm freaking breathing. I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for the love and support throughout this last week. If you guys missed anything on the channel, I have NXT TakeOver Phoenix review. That's on the channel. I got the Royal Rumble review. That's also on the channel. Raw review from this past Monday. SmackDown Live review. Right now, as I'm looking at my phone, it's at 150 views. Thank you guys so much for the support. And then I got NXT review just from yesterday. All of those videos will be up on the channel. All those videos will be down below in the description. If you guys haven't missed it, please go and check it out. Let's go review WrestleMania 25. Now, like I said, I just finished watching it, and I'm just coming here for the review. WrestleMania 25 also marked as the 25th anniversary of WrestleMania, was the 25th annual WrestleMania professional wrestling pay-per-view event produced by the World Wrestling Entertainment. It was presented by the National Guard, and it took place on April 5th, 2009 at Reliance Stadium in Houston, Texas. The event featured talent from all three brands, Raw, SmackDown, and back then, ECW. Not the real ECW, Vince's version of ECW. It was the second WrestleMania being held in Houston, with the first being WrestleMania 17 at the Reliant Astrodome back in 2001. 8 matches were held on the event's card, which featured a supercard, scheduling for more than one main bout. The first of 3 matches saw The Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels. The second was a triple threat match for the World Heavyweight Championship. And the final match of the night was a singles match for the WWE Championship that featured Triple H versus Randy Orton. Featured matches on the undercard included Jeff Hardy versus Matt Hardy in an Extreme Rules match, Chris Jericho versus the team of Roddy Piper, Ricky Steamboat, and Jimmy Snuka, and the annual Money in the Bank ladder match. Now, my honest opinion, I know right now in this current product, they have the Money in the Bank as a pay-per-view. Take it out. Take it out. I missed having the Money in the Bank ladder match at WrestleMania. I miss having those. I low-key miss having those. Honestly, like, why did they take it out of WrestleMania? It was a really good part of WrestleMania. And most of the time, the Money in the Bank ladder match would kick off WrestleMania. I don't mind it, honestly. I miss having the Money in the Bank ladder match at WrestleMania. I miss that. I honestly just miss that. But we're going to go to the beginning of the night. The Money in the Bank ladder match will start the event as the participants being CM Punk, Kane, Mark Henry, MVP, Shelton Benjamin, Kofi Kingston, Christian, and Finlay. I mean, after what happened on Sunday at the Royal Rumble, Finlay should be in the Hall of Fame for letting Becky Lynch in the Royal Rumble match. Finlay, you have my vote to go in the Hall of Fame. They fought for the briefcase that was suspended high above the ring. The match was littered with many notable moments, including a series of match combatants performing dives onto the floor of the arena onto each other, as well as Benjamin diving up the top of a 20-foot ladder with a senton bomb onto his opponents. Now, that was a sick spot. I thought Benjamin broke his neck during that spot. Fantastic spot. Love that. The ladder was also used as a weapon by the competitors, which saw it being thrown at each other, or in the case of Kofi Kingston, to be used as an extra force drop on the chest, as Kofi incapacitated him by draping the collapsed ladder over the bodies and leg dropping onto the ladder. That was one of the most sickest spots of the whole night. The finish came with Punk and Kane on top of the ladder, which saw Punk execute a series of kicks on Kane from the top of the ladder, knocking him off. Punk went on to win the match after he grabbed the hanging briefcase. Punk's victory marked the second consecutive Money in the Bank victory in the match. Now, there was a sixth spot. Another sixth spot. Kofi is climbing on the ladder. Mind you, the ladder's not even set. So Mark Henry's holding it. So right when Kofi went to go dive off of Mark, Mark catches him. The ladder falls off. And right when Mark Henry is holding Kofi, he gives him the world's strongest slam. And Kofi's whole entire back hits the fucking ladder. Are you fucking kidding me? I would never want to be a receiving end of a world's strongest slam onto a ladder. Sick, sick, sick spot. My God. But this match was fantastic for what it was. I just love the Money in the Bank ladder matches at WrestleMania. I just love it. They just got to bring that back. They got to bring that back. If there's one thing I have to change about WrestleMania, about the calendar year for this year, I would take out the Money in the Bank pay-per-view, put the Money in the Bank ladder match back into WrestleMania. Have that mean something. Have that mean something. But Punk wins his second Money in the Bank ladder match. He is the first superstar to win back-to-back Money in the Bank ladder matches. Punk won back in 2008 that year, and then he won it back in 2009, making him win back-to-back years. After the match, Kid Rock performed a live medley of songs. I mean, I don't really care about Kid Rock. He performed how many? 1, 2, 3, 4. He performed 5 songs. I don't know what they are, but they performed 5 songs. During the last song, the female competitors of the WWE would come to the ring to compete in a 25 Diva Battle Royal to crown Miss WrestleMania, quote unquote. The match featured divas that were employed at the time, and divas had worked for the company in the past. Santina Marella, who portrayed a diva called Santina. Remember Santina? Santina Marella, his twin sister, won the match and was crowned Miss WrestleMania. Mae Young acted as a special guest timekeeper of the match, while Candice Michelle was one who gave the sash and crown to Santina. Yeah, Santina has a beard. Yeah, sure. Cringe. Just absolutely fucking cringe. The next match was Chris Jericho facing Ricky Steamboat, Jimmy Snuka, and Roddy Piper, who were accompanied to the ring by the Nature Boy, Ric Flair, in a 3-on-1 handicap elimination match. Before long, Jericho had caused Snuka to submit to the walls of Jericho. He then pinned Piper after Uranagi. Steamboat, however, would... Oh, and Insigiri. Steamboat, however, would outlast his partners as he was able to execute a number of his signature moves, including arm drags, chops, and a plancha. Jericho was able to regain control of the match by connecting with the code breaker, pinning Steamboat to win the match. After the match, Jericho challenged Ricky Rourke. Remember Ricky Rourke, who was in that movie, The Wrestler? I love that movie. Loved it. Jericho challenged Ricky Rourke sitting at ringside to come to the ring. Rourke finally entered the ring and knocked Jericho onto the canvas with a punch before being commended by Ric Flair. Good spot. This matchup was okay for what it was. I mean, it's Jericho versus 3 legends. That are way out of their prime. Steamboat lasted out of him, Snuka, and Piper. Ricky Steamboat lasted the longest. And he did really good in this match. He did really good. But Jericho wins over the legends. Fourth match was the Extreme Rules match between the brothers Matt and Jeff Hardy. Now, this rivalry was just personal. Very personal. This match featured a multitude of moments that saw the Hardys assault each other with many different weapon-based attacks, which included assaults with numerous objects under the ring, and Jeff splashed from the top turnbuckle onto a pair of tables, with Matt sandwiched between the two and a chair. Jeff seeking to end the match, attempting to set up a ladder for him to ascend while he would perform a maneuver similar to a leapfrog over the hurdle and diving down in a seated position known as the leapfrog leg drop, ultimately missing his target due to Matt's last-minute dodge, which resulted in Matt gaining the advantage over his brother. Then he forced Jeff's head in between the seat and the back of the steel chair, then executed the twist of fate. Nasty fucking spot, by the way, with Jeff's head in the chair to win the match via a pinfall. Match was physical. I love Matt and Jeff. I love the Hardy Boys, man. But their rivalry was personal. After Jeff Hardy won I think it was the WWE Championship back at Armageddon 2008, Matt Hardy got jealous because Jeff Hardy's career was skyrocketed while Matt Hardy's career was just going down. So, I think at the Royal Rumble, Jeff was going to do the concerto to Edge. And then Matt Hardy had a chair in his hand. As soon as Jeff got up, Matt hits Jeff Hardy with the chair, costing him the WWE title. And the championship went back to Edge. So that's what started the entire rivalry. Started everything. The Matt Hardy wins here in a very physical match over Jeff Hardy in an Extreme Rules match. Fifth matchup of the night, a singles match for the Intercontinental Championship was next, in which Mysterio faced defending champion back then, JBL. Before the match started, JBL kicked Mysterio and punched him down to the ground for a few seconds. But once the referee started the match, Mysterio surprised JBL by quickly executing the 619 before pinning him to win via pinfall in 21 seconds. Following the match, a frustrated JBL grabbed the microphone and proclaimed, "I quit." This has been JBL's last singles match as an active competitor. The match marked the first time since WrestleMania 18 that the Intercontinental Championship has been defended at WrestleMania. And after that, Mysterio was dressed. I love Mysterio's entrance there. He was dressed as the Joker for WrestleMania. I love this costume, bro. I love this costume and entrance. Entrance was just amazing. But Ray pins JBL to become Intercontinental Champion in just 21 seconds. Then we go to the triple main event. Instead of after Ray and JBL, you should have gave me John Cena versus Big Show versus Edge for the World Heavyweight Championship. We get a matchup that is right now considered, to this day, the greatest WrestleMania match of all time. We get The Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels. Many people in the IWC and the YWC say this was the greatest WrestleMania match of all time. And I'm going to agree. I still get goosebumps to this day. After watching it in 2009 live on pay-per-view, watching it every single time since I've had the network, I always go to this specific match. Now you're going to ask me, "Oh, Chris, why do you go to that matchup every single time?" Not only this is my favorite WrestleMania match of all time. Not only that. This is the greatest match in The Undertaker's career. His whole storybook career. This is The Undertaker's and Shawn Michaels' greatest match ever. I'm going to tell you why. The build for this match was just picture fucking perfect. Picture perfect. You got Shawn Michaels claiming that he's God. That he has the light. Or The Undertaker represents darkness. We all go through light being happy. We all go through darkness being mad and sad. And etc, etc, etc. This matchup, I've watched this matchup twice before coming on here. This was Shawn Michaels' best match. Not only that, also The Undertaker's. There has not been a match. There has not been a match in 10 years since this match has happened. Back in 2009. We're here 10 years later. 10 years later. No WrestleMania match has topped this. None. None. The closest that ever topped this match. People are going to say, "Oh, the closest match that has ever topped Triple H." No, the closest match that has topped Undertaker and Shawn at 25 was Triple H back at 28 inside Hell in a Cell. Oh no, it was against CM Punk at 29. Those are the two closest matches that's ever topped this match. Shawn Michaels, after this night, Shawn was the closest ever. You look at Undertaker's streak at WrestleMania. At this time was 17-0. 17-0. You look at that freaking streak. Shawn was the closest to break it. Then it was Triple H. Then it was CM Punk. Then it was CM Punk. No, matter of fact, scratch that. Shawn was the closest. Then it was CM Punk. Then it was Triple H. I had that reversed. Because Punk at 29 came that close. And then Triple H back at 28 came that close also. The reason why I say this is the greatest WrestleMania match of all time. The story was told, how the story was told. The match that they had told a story. Told a Pacific story. This matchup told that as old as Shawn Michaels is, at that time in his career, after surviving a back injury that could have ended his career, came back and asked himself, can he deliver a 5-star classic? On this specific night, he did. He did. Michaels said that he wrestled a perfect match. But on this night, Shawn made one freaking mistake. And we're going to go to that mistake. Coming into this match, Undertaker was against Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels won the opportunity to face The Undertaker at WrestleMania. Coming into this match, if you look back to their first meeting back in 1997, Ground Zero, they fought for the first time ever. That match had a no contest. These two fought in the first Hell in a Cell match. Due to Kane's interference, Shawn Michaels won. Yes, it's in the record books. Then you went to the casket match at the Royal Rumble back in 1998. Kane's interference. Again, Kane cost The Undertaker the WWF Championship. Michaels beat Taker in a casket match. So Shawn is 2-0 against The Undertaker coming into this night. Everybody was thinking, oh, The Undertaker has never beaten Shawn Michaels. Shawn has beat Taker twice. Is Shawn going to be the guy to end the streak? My answer to that is no. The Undertaker beat Shawn Michaels in a fucking 5-star classic. A 5-star classic. And I get goosebumps every single time I watch this match. Every single time I watch this matchup, this is my go-to match. You know, when I'm bored and I'm home and I have nothing else to do, after uploading a video on YouTube, what do? I just sit back on my bed, I go on my Amazon Fire TV, and I go to WrestleMania. And I just look at, and I just watch the entire streak. I have the streak studied in my head. And I can guess it, and I can tell you guys the streak without even freaking looking at anything. That's how much I love The Undertaker. The Undertaker, in my opinion, he is the greatest of all time. And nobody to this day, nobody will ever argue with me on that standpoint. Nobody. There's something about 21-0 at WrestleMania being better than 16 world titles. And yes, I understand. Oh, Taker's getting old. Oh, Taker should retire. The Undertaker is like the LeBron James and Tom Brady. Oh, he's old. Oh, he can never get it up again. Oh, he should retire. I don't want to see him again. You guys say that now. But when The Undertaker retires and then goes to the Hall of Fame that one day, you guys are going to appreciate the fact that The Undertaker has given you so many moments, not only in wrestling history, but in WrestleMania history as well. There is a reason why The Undertaker is my favorite superstar of all time. Yeah, you got your Ric Flairs, you got your John Cena's, you got your Triple H, you got your Shawn Michaels, you got your Edges. Respect that. Hall of Fame bound, every single one of them. But there's something about The Undertaker that tops every single one of them. It's WrestleMania. And that's WrestleMania. The Undertaker is the reason why I started watching wrestling. The Undertaker is the reason why I love this professional sport in wrestling. And when The Undertaker goes into the Hall of Fame one day, my entire childhood will be in the Hall of Fame with him. That's how much Undertaker means to me. That's how much I care about him. That's how much I know that he is the greatest of all time. Outside of WrestleMania, which is Vince's greatest creation, The Undertaker is Vince's second greatest creation. And there's nobody on this platform, nobody on Twitter, and nobody in the entire world that's going to tell me otherwise. One day, everybody is going to appreciate the greatness that The Undertaker has had in his entire fucking career. Taker and Shawn had the greatest WrestleMania match of all time. Of all time. This is the number one. If I was to make a top 5 list, a top 5 or top 10 list of Undertaker's greatest matches of all time, this match is number 1. No fucking question. Number 1. That's how good this match was. That's how good this match was. Taker and Shawn had a classic. Michaels made his entrance descending on a platform to symbolize the light in a sharp contrast. The Undertaker entered second, ascending from the floor with fire shooting up on the stage. I love the simple. One thing I love about Taker's entrances at WrestleMania, he takes it up a notch. Every fucking time. A match began with a fast pace, by both men going for strikes to have them counted before Michaels had a knee injury to gain the advantage. Michaels faked a knee injury. Classic Shawn. And the pace slowed down from there. This led to an exchange of signature moves and submission holds, which saw Shawn Michaels escape the Undertaker's house gate and dodge multiple attempts at a chokeslam while Undertaker blocked attempts at Michaels' switch music. The action went to the outside of the ring with Michaels attempting a moonsault, only to have the Undertaker sidestep and avoid the attempt. This led the Undertaker attempting a suicide dive, the leap of faith he calls it, over the top rope, only to have Shawn pull the nearby cameraman into the Undertaker. The spot, however, did not go as intended. The idea was for Michaels to push the referee out of the way and pull the cameraman into the path of the Undertaker, and for Snuka to catch the Undertaker before he hit the ground. However, Snuka, which was the cameraman, was standing too far back, and Undertaker landed almost head first onto the protective mats surrounding the ring. That was a sick spot. I thought Taker landed on his neck at that time. He remained on the floor of the arena for some time, while Michaels revived the referee, rolling him back into the ring and having the referee start to count out the Undertaker. The referee began to count as the Undertaker started to revive, and when the official got to the count of 9, Undertaker rolled into the ring just in time, managing to beat the 10 count. This is the part of the match where it picked up. As soon as the Undertaker managed to beat the 10 count, this matchup picked up. The match continued with both men performing all their respective finishing moves. The Undertaker executed the last ride and chokeslam. Michaels executed switch music twice. And Undertaker executed a tombstone power driver on Shawn Michaels, all of which scored near falls. This matchup picked up really quick. Undertaker won the match after Michaels. Remember that one mistake I mentioned earlier? This was it. Taker won the match after Michaels attempted another moonsault only to be caught in mid-air and landing into another tombstone power driver. As a result of this victory, Undertaker remained undefeated at WrestleMania, extending his record to 17-0. This matchup lasted 30 minutes and 44 seconds. This matchup felt like it was an eternity to end. This matchup won Match of the Year in 2009 for the Slammy Awards, which took place on Raw. It also won Match of the Year from Pro Wrestling Illustrated and Wrestling Observer Newsletter. If I was to say this now, not only this is the greatest match in WrestleMania history, that was the greatest match in that whole entire decade. From 2000 to 2009, This was the best match of the entire freaking decade. That's how fantastic this match was. There was a spot in this match where after Undertaker was in the ring and Taker threw Shawn over the top rope. Michaels catches himself, tries to skip the cat. Taker catches him, pulls him off the top rope, gives him a tombstone power driver. At that moment, I thought the match was over. Referee counted 1, 2, and Shawn kicked out. JR says, I forgot what he said. He said, wait. Yeah, I forgot what he said, but he had an out-of-body experience. So did I. I thought Taker was going to win that match after that tombstone. I am not believing this. That's what JR said. Michael Cole said, he kicked out. I am not believing this. I just like, wow. The commentary in this match was just fantastic. The commentary, Michael Cole, JR, Jerry King Lawler, they were spot on in this match. Spot on. Taker beat Shawn, goes 17-0 at WrestleMania. From that point on, the show went downhill. Not downhill. Crowd-wise, it went downhill. Crowd-wise. The crowd was just exhausted from Taker and Shawn at WrestleMania. Exhausted. The World Heavyweight Championship was contested in a triple threat match between Champion Edge, Big Show, and John Cena, who entered through an aisle of lookalikes to start the match. That was Cena's entrance. Vicky Guerrero was brought out to ringside in a wheelchair by Chavo Guerrero due to her emotional investment in both Edge and the Big Show. Remember that triangle love? That love triangle? Yeah. The action began with some brawling and some early teamwork from Big Show and Edge before the alliance crumbled. The match spilled to the outside, seeing Edge spear Big Show through the guardrail. Cena returned Edge to the ring before applying the STF before Big Show came to his senses and broke up the action, leading to Cena and Edge teaming up to remove Big Show from the equation before turning on each other. Cena won the match by lifting both Big Show and Edge. This shows Cena's freak of fucking strength. Yeah, people said, oh, Cena takes steroids. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. These guys get tested every year. By now, something would have been caught. Cena won the match by lifting both Big Show and Edge at the same exact time and set up the attitude adjustment on Big Show, then dropping Edge onto Big Show with the same move before pinning the Big Show to win his second World Heavyweight Championship. I didn't care for this match. Cena won. Okay. Cena won. All right. Sure. Golf clap. Cena wins the World Heavyweight title over Edge and the Big Show. Mind you, Edge didn't get pinned. Big Show did. Big Show got pinned to win the title. Triple threat rules. The champion doesn't have to be involved in a decision to lose the title. In this case, Cena pinned Big Show. Cena wins the World Heavyweight title. Good. Next after that, the 2009 Hall of Fame class was introduced in this order by Justin Roberts, Terry, and Dorf Funk. Oh yeah. So the Hall of Fame inductees were Terry and Dory Funk, Cowboy Bill Watts, Howard Finkel, Coco Beware, the Von Erich family, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, and the legendary Stone Cold Steve Austin. Now I love this moment. After the introductions were made, Austin drove to the ringside with an ATV, and all around the ring with an ATV, and toasted the fans with beer. He also had a feel-good moment with JR. Love that moment. Austin, like Vince McMahon said in his Hall of Fame induction speech, Austin is the greatest superstar of all time. In the Attitude Era, yes, he was the greatest in the Attitude Era. If Austin never got that push, who knows what could have happened? Stone Cold, he's one of my all-time favorites. I just love Austin, bro. But Austin, it's too bad that his career ended early in 2003 due to spinal stenosis. I feel that if Austin never broke his neck and he never had spinal stenosis, He could have probably still been wrestling around that time, around 2009. Probably. But Austin made it into the Hall of Fame back in 2009. Good for him. I love Austin. One of my favorites of all time. Finally, guys, main event. The last match of the event was for the WWE Championship. The match was contested between the champion Triple H and Randy Orton. As per a pre-match stipulation by Vicky Guerrero, if Triple H had been disqualified or had been counted out during the match, he would have lost the title to Randy Orton. The champion had his signature weapon, a sledgehammer, in hand, only to relinquish it prior to entering the ring by throwing it through a glass wall. Early in the match, Triple H did everything in his power to hurt Orton without being disqualified in the process. Orton performed a back body drop to Triple H onto the Spanish announce table. At one point, Orton threw Triple H to a turnbuckle where the referee was standing, causing him to collide and knocked out the referee. After executing knockout to Triple H, Orton tried to gain more advantage and went out to the ring and picked up Triple H's signature weapon known as a sledgehammer. As Orton made his way back to the ring, Triple H delivered a punt kick to Orton. Then from there, the match just turned around. Triple H took his sledgehammer from Orton, hit him with him, and executed the pedigree to retain the WWE title. Fireworks go off as the pay-per-view goes off the air. No one cared about this match. It was just lackluster. Honestly, the match was lackluster. Underwhelming, to be honest with you. They could have done better with this. Honestly, if I was booking this matchup, I would have had Orton win the title. Clean. No legacy. No nothing. Have him beat Triple H clean. Orton won the Rumble after punt kicking Triple H's father-in-law 6 days prior, which obviously gave it away that Orton was going to win the Rumble. And then from there, he picked Triple H for the title at WrestleMania. And then from there, the rivalry went pretty. The rivalry, listen, that build to WrestleMania was fantastic. Triple H invaded Orton's home. Orton DDT his wife, kissed his wife. Crazy shit. The build was fantastic, but the matchup didn't reach its expectations. And like I said, match order was very important. They're going to give me Undertaker and Shawn Michaels during the middle of the show, expecting us to care about Cena winning the world title and Triple H and Randy Orton in the main event. Like I said, match order was freaking important. Aftermath. The rivalry between Triple H and Randy Orton continued after WrestleMania when both men would meet in a 6-man tag team match at Backlash on the following episode of Raw. The match would put Triple H, Shane McMahon, and Vince McMahon against Legacy, Orton with his proteges Ted DiBiase and Cody Rhodes. Vince's part in this match was later replaced by returning Batista. At Backlash, Randy Orton and Legacy defeated Triple H, Shane, and Batista for the WWE title. Triple H was put out of action after being pumped by Orton after the event of the pay-per-view, while Shane was attacked by Legacy was taken out on a stretcher. 2 months later, Batista later suffered the same fate as he was taken out of the building by security, while Triple H made his return and continued to feud Randy Orton. They were later battled in a last man standing match on Raw for the title, which went to a no contest. Then at the Bash, Randy defeated Triple H in a 3 stages of Hell match that would later end their feud in a triple threat match at Night of Champions. With Randy Orton retaining his title against both Triple H and John Cena, Orton would begin to feud with Cena while Triple H would go out to reunite DX. Fantastic shit. After the event of WrestleMania, both Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker took a 4-month hiatus from the WWE. Shawn came back to reform DX with Triple H so that they came face to face with Legacy at that year's SummerSlam in 2009. Undertaker also returned at that same night at SummerSlam and attacked then World Heavyweight Champion CM Punk. At the Slammy Awards, The Undertaker and Shawn Michaels won Best Match of the Year, with Shawn expressing that he was glad that he had created history at WrestleMania. But just when he was about to leave, he challenged The Undertaker to a rematch at the next WrestleMania in Phoenix, Arizona at WrestleMania 26. The Undertaker later denied the challenge, saying he had nothing more to prove to Michaels and told Michaels that he would have to earn his spot. Michaels later entered the 2010 Royal Rumble, which I reviewed, by the way, but would be eliminated by Batista. He later tried to enter the Elimination Chamber match for the WWE Championship, but he was defeated by Orton to earn the spot. Then, at the Chamber pay-per-view, Shawn cost The Undertaker his World Heavyweight Championship match to Chris Jericho. The next night on Raw, Undertaker accepted a rematch, but only on the condition that Shawn would retire from WWE if he lost at WrestleMania 26. Then at WrestleMania 26, Undertaker defeated Shawn Michaels in a streak versus career match, thus ending Michaels' career. The next night on Raw, Shawn said farewell to the company with his best friend FDX member Triple H right next to him as they spent their last time together before Shawn finally left the building. So a lot happened between after WrestleMania 25 going into WrestleMania 26. A lot happened. So Shawn tried at 26. Taker ended his career. That's it for Shawn. And then Taker will go 18-0, 19-0, 20-0, and 21-0, only for him to lose to Brock Lesnar for the first time at WrestleMania. What a review, man. What a review. What a review. I think this is my best Throwback Thursday pay-per-view review I ever done. Me, showing emotion to The Undertaker, him being my favorite of all time, really does show you guys how much I love professional wrestling. Really does. And, if it wasn't for The Undertaker, I wouldn't be here right now on YouTube talking to you guys about wrestling. I wouldn't be here talking to you guys about, his greatest match against Shawn and everything. I wouldn't be here on YouTube reviewing Raw, SmackDown, NXT, pay-per-view reviews, having a podcast. Without you guys, I'm technically nothing. Without the sport of professional wrestling, I'm just living a boring life. So, that's that. That is it, guys, for WrestleMania 25 Throwback Thursday pay-per-view review. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed this Throwback Thursday pay-per-view review, smash that like button as hard as you possibly can. Comment down below what you guys thought of WrestleMania 25. Please, guys, I cannot stress this enough. Thank you guys so much for the support over the last weekend. You guys are everything to me. I love you guys so much. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on that bell for all notifications. It'll let you guys know when I have an upload. I upload daily. I upload every single day. Tomorrow, which is Friday, as the poll is telling me right now on Twitter, and I'm about to check it out right now as we speak because I'm recording here. I am already, 48 minutes in. You guys are going to get tomorrow. Now, Undertaker, top 5 Fridays, you guys got Undertaker matches at 61% of the vote. If this lasts for another 21 hours, then tomorrow you guys are going to get, for another few more hours, as I'm recording this on Thursday, you guys are going to get a top 5 Fridays. I'm going to give you guys personally my top 5 greatest Undertaker matches of all time. Of his entire time. If you guys look back to this video, you guys already know what is my number 1. Friday, which is tomorrow, you guys are going to know my number 2, 3, 4, and 5. You guys are going to get my top 5 matches of my favorite Undertaker matches of all time. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys so much. Thank you guys for all the love and support throughout the whole weekend. I cannot stress that enough. Thank you guys so much. Until then, tomorrow, you guys are going to get top 5 Fridays, Undertaker greatest matches of all time. Until then, I will see you guys tomorrow. Talk to you guys later.